see their social phobic neckbeards. Says a social phobic neckbeard.
So welcome to the December Omaha Legislators Group meeting. I'm John Larson, Systems Engineer at AIM. Yay!
Hi, John.
So today we're supposed to have lightning talks. I had one person who said they would do it, but I haven't seen them since. So maybe I'll have to throw something together real quick. So I was let's see, Raspberry Pi. Oh, wait a minute. So this is actually pretty cool. I ultimately want to do this. So he kind of designed his home care guardian for his mother, who was getting up there in age. So it had all sorts of monitoring things, like he had sensors on the power of the house, so and motion sensor in the kitchen, front door, whether it was open or closed, and power usage. So one of the reasons why he did power usage was so he could see when his mom was using the coffee pot, because usually that's like, what, 1,500 watts. It doesn't draw on the power. So he knows that his mom's up in the morning and making coffee. So he says essentially from this single page, he can tell she's okay. He's got different colors, like kitchen, bedroom, living room, and front door. You can see her kind of moving throughout the house during the day. So kind of cool. My mini Pi server is taking hundreds of hits at this moment. So if we go to his web page, this is live data. So it's 12:36 in the morning. There's a temperature and the number of watts being used in the house. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Then the infrared sensors, and then the temperature. So you can see temperature usage in the house graphed over time. My grandmother, this last September, actually fell down the steps. And since that time, my mother has been kind of living with my grandmother. Just recently, she had a chairlift installed, as well as some other changes in the house. She went through physical therapy, and she's fine with that. She's just not quite as steady on her feet as she used to be. So I'm trying to debate whether I should invest in this and do it. It's probably a few Raspberry Pis to do it, but her birthday is on the 30th of this month. She will turn 98. She still lives at home. It's quite impressive. I'm assuming with temperature, it's all Celsius, because he's in the UK. He's also got a hot water temperature sensor. It's interesting. Humidity, wind speed. So we must have like a weather station at the house too. Rainfall. Boy, she must go to bed late. Just drops off right before midnight.
It's probably just the TV.
Yeah, could be. Probably making dinner around 7.
So that first spike is the coffee pot?
Well, this is 5 o'clock, so generally it would be in the morning, probably around this time. See, 24 hours. Yeah. Unless the coffee pot's on a timer.
Does she have an electric water heater?
Oh, I bet you that could be it. My grandmother or this person?
This person.
Unknown.
I mean,
He's even.
the water heater might kick on
That's true.
early in the morning before she gets up, just have it.
He's even got power costs and stuff.
You know,
Interesting.
that wouldn't really help you with your grandmother though.
No. Huh. Takes me back to the same page. So there's all the cacti. I don't know if you've ever seen cacti before, but it's used for creating graphs from data. That's where a lot of that would come in from. Even measuring the battery voltages from the sensors. I don't know if that's pedantic or what, but I mean, obviously he's put a lot of work into it. There's a CPU and memory. It's like that Raspberry Pi stays pretty busy.
Even a lot of experiment.
Mm-hmm. Man, it looks so cool. Colors. Russia. White, blue, red. The other thing I was going to do was a talking alarm clock for the Raspberry Pi.
Hey guys, this might look like an ordinary alarm clock, probably one that you've seen in most shops. It's got an iPad detector at the top, but it's not quite what you've seen before, because this one is connected to a Raspberry Pi, which is hidden underneath the dresser through this 3.5 millimeter cable. What it does is pretty incredible compared to the iPod one that just played some music. This goes online, fetches news, and then plays it out for me. So here I'm just gonna.
Good afternoon, Peter. It's Sunday, August 17th, 1:45 p.m. Weather conditions for today are broken clouds with a current temperature of 25.4 with a low of 24.7 and a high of 25.4. The value of one Bitcoin is 492.52. Facebook is trading at 73.63 and Port of Tauranga Limited is trading at 15.5. And now, the latest stories from the world section of the BBC News. Protesters attack Liberia Ebola unit. An Ebola quarantine center in the Liberian capital, Monrovia, is attacked by protesters prompting
So it uses
20
the
patients to leave the unit.
Google
Kurdish
Voice
forces
translation
retake
stuff.
Mosul Dam. Kurdish
So you
forces
give it
in
the
northern
text, and
Iraq
it
take
will
control of
give
the
you the
Mosul
audio
Dam
file. You
previously
just have to
held
play
by
that.
Islamic State. Militant
So it's all, it all
Kurdish
operates on
governor
Python on the back end.
criticizes riot town police.
So
Missouri Governor Jay Nixon criticizes police for releasing.
it is pretty neat. I already have
woke
the,
up in the morning, but I had on the radio, who got blown up.
yeah. So my grandmother has limited internet. So it'll be kind of like, I have to try to test this a few times to see how much data it uses. Plus, I don't know how consistent she is in getting up. Depends upon the day, right? I can set it for 10, and then it'll just go off at 10. But I have to figure out the speaker portion, because, you know, I need to have a speaker. The speaker has to be powered on, play the Raspberry Pi stuff.
I'll put a motion detector on the Pi to turn the speaker on, and download the stuff, and then rather than wake her up when she wakes up, then it can just play it for her.
That's a good idea, actually. Cool, thank you. Now I just need to find a nice speaker. for it to work, because it needs to be at a good volume for her hearing aid to do
Better
that.
yet, have it automatically play the radio broadcast from Groundhog Day every time she wakes up.
So he goes through and gives out directions on how to do it. It's all on GitHub. Is the code that you can download for it.
She already has a link there for the little speaker.
Yeah, his it's not as big as I would hope it would be.
Yeah, I see that.
Right? So, plus if you're plugged into HDMI, it'll try to use the HDMI output. So I'm trying to get that sorted out. Enhanced birthday handling, allowing multiple birthdays by default. So that is built into it. So if you have a file with the people's names and their birth dates, it'll say it's so-and-so's birthday today, which is kind of handy. There is one item that it's not doing at the end. It's supposed to start playing music, and it's not doing that. I should probably update the latest version and see if that will do it. But I think its more recent version will turn the light on. We'll turn on the lamp, because that video is an older version of the video. Stocks, enhanced birthday handling, Yahoo weather, yeah. So there's light off, light on, play a song, play a bunch of tracks. So yeah, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You essentially set the alarm by setting cron to play the file, which would be really easy to trigger from a PIR event, right? So. Not bad.
Have you asked your grandma if she wants something like this?
They did get her a talking clock that you put your hand down the top and it tells you the time. So not quite yet. I was hoping it would be a surprise, but that's probably a good idea to ask if she wants something to talk.
Well, there may be something she'd be interested in.
No, that's
Maybe
true.
not the stocks, but some.
We did get her the radio talking book radio. You know, you apply for that and you get it. And that is very simple. It's a power on, volume, power off. It's a very basic radio. And they publish a schedule when they read which newspaper on the network. Has anyone seen the Amazon, not Amazon, the Monoprice 3D printer?
All right.
No way.
215.
What?
So you only get starter filament. Some people didn't even get the filament, but you can essentially get spools for 20 bucks. But the reviews are pretty favorable.
What's the build volume?
4,
Oh, mine's
like
bigger.
4.75.
Is that inches?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
So the dimensions on the, where does it say?
I think mine is 6.
120 by 120 by 120 millimeters. So there's at least another 86 questions of people that have asked about it. But if I need to produce a very small item, such as a Vixen to Cinta adapter, then that would certainly be easy to do it with for 215 bucks.
Interesting. But don't you have to have something that can take 3 pictures though?
No.
Well, you can download them from Thingiverse, right?
You can use Blender.
The
And
3D.
You can use Blender to make a model and then slice it in
Or you can go to Thingiverse.
Yeah, or you can go to Thingiverse.
So name something, Craig.
Giant Cheerio.
I'll just say telescope.
Giant Cheerio. Donut.
Yoda head.
That's your gear set, phone adapter, self-centering bushing, star tracker, entire telescope. That's a lot of plastic.
A lot of printing.
Yeah,
They literally printed a whole.
yeah,
Did they print the mirror?
no.
No,
There's metal. in
Those are aluminum tubes.
Yeah, they did.
So,
they printed what parts they could and then.
they're printing the circular portion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the trust tubes could be.
No, they printed plastic parts and then they used the metal parts to put everything together.
Little Hubble's telescope, Pi camera adapter.
That's
Yeah, there's a laser adapter, camera adapter.
Got a little microphone tripod thingy that I've mostly 3D printed and then riveted together.
Yeah, there's all sorts of little things that you can print out. Primary mirror cell. It's just the back
I
end
already had a
portion.
microphone clip, so I just set it up so that I could attach the clip to it.
The mirror sits on top of the piece, right? So, but yeah, there's the download right there. I mean, it's not a perfect on there, but if you're just starting out, I think it's a good, reasonable price to get your feet wet on it. So he's got the red one was printed with a $2,700 3D printer, and the black one was with this printer. So that's not too bad. I mean, they're pretty close. It has some test prints that you can test out with when you get it. So. Yeah, maybe Santa will get that for me this year, right? They even have bigger ones too.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm. This must be the tray goes down as it prints.
Yeah, that looks like a tray goes down as a print stack. Mine is like that.
Have you seen the?
Somebody that told it to me when I was business though.
Oh,
Solid noodle.
have you seen the ones with the 3 arms that move around?
The deltas,
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I'm not interested in having one myself.
Let's see if I can find a picture of it.
Just do a Google image search for a Delta 3D printer.
Well, he just put one on his Twitter account like last night. That had like all 3 of them were doing stuff.
Yeah, one of those. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah. So all the arms move up and down, but they all move around. So it was
I saw one a while ago where they had it set up to print clay. It would be really cool to have one of those. That way you can make your own T-modes or whatever.
almost like you can make some pretty tall items.
I suppose it's good for tall stuff.
You've seen the magic mirror, Raspberry Pi magic mirror.
LC3 felting printer. Where they just print a little felt object.
Huh. So there's an LCD behind it.
Got this bead of felting yarn, and it's got like a needle that it sticks in there that tangles up the thread, fiber, and then you can make a teddy bear.
Wow, that thing's huge. That's a big piece of glass.
If I had the money, I would love to have one of those clay printers, though.
That's pretty impressive. Even the wall with the little sections looks futuristic, like the Enterprise from Next Gen. So, anybody else want to speak about something for a few minutes?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I spoke out today.
Oh, you did. You were over at Iowa Western today,
Yep.
inspiring young minds in Linux.
The instructor informed us that he wanted us to talk about Linux, how it's used in the real world.
Linux.
Oh,
It
this
wasn't real
internet
world.
is just.
Really,
Mhm.
for IT. It was disappointing that out of the 2 classes that we talked to, there was only 1 female. And apparently she was dropping the class, and she would drop it after this class finishes.
Oh, that's too bad.
So we had after everything was over, Dave and I sat and talked to the instructor for a while, trying to figure out what are some options, what can be done to train. They started with 5 at the beginning of the school year, and all of them dropped.
Is it like people don't want to be inclusive, or?
They don't, well, part of it, they don't see any role models, females in the industry.
Mhm.
So that was one of the things, like, well, there's people here in Omaha and Council Bluffs that you can get to come out and say something. The other was just the classmates make them feel dumb. Well, that's on the college.
Yeah.
You guys have to take ownership of that. But it was just kind of disheartening to not see that diversity there. It's
Mhm.
really sad. But good groups, had good questions. Only some of them fell asleep.
In my Windows Server class that I took over there a few years ago, there was at least 3 or 4 girls, all the way through the semester.
That's good.
Yeah.
Linux class. Yeah. No, we just talked about what the real world was like for IT.
Late nights, early mornings,
Sometimes,
or long days.
you know, got to put in some time to show that you have the desire and the ability to do it before you can hope to be, making 6 figures.
If that. So, well, I filled up a half hour. We can eat, right? Hope you're hungry. Okay, so that ends the presentation portion. Oh, you know what? We should probably talk about stuff.
What kind of stuff?
In October, the OLUG officials met to discuss the future of OLUG. Part of it came about in the form of that survey, which was posted to list today. Next year, we may try different locations. Previously, we've had some organizations asked us to come and meet in their space. So
Or
we
down.
may, huh?
What part of town?
One was Bellevue.
One was out west.
Yeah, so we're exploring it. There's no definites on it. We're going to kind of split up things a little bit. So for instance, I may be responsible for 3 months next year. I gotta find 3 speakers, and that's my commitment. Craig has to find 3 speakers for 3 months of the year. So we're dividing up the workload amongst all the officials, right? So I feel pretty good because I've already got like January, February. So not bad. But those people were doing the meeting announcements as well as what was like the website stuff too, I think.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So we're still finding our feet with it. The president came to the lunch, so Brian was there. And Adam, me, Craig, Aaron. Yeah, that was the 5 of us. So I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be pretty good. Of course, we'll be looking at the survey results. I mean, obviously, we've only got 15 so far, but there's over 200 people on the list. So we'll kind of see how that pans out. So yes, more people watch online. Why do you attend? To learn something new. That's good. I'm really happy to see that. It looks like 3 people won at the bar. It all probably depends on the topic and to network with people. So other, so you can actually look at the responses. Not so many. So I know we've been doing the first Tuesday for, gosh, 15 years now.
It's always gonna be a bad night for somebody.
Yeah, you know, when I first joined OLUG, there was actually 2 meetings a month. There was a Tuesday, it was the first Tuesday and the 3rd Thursday. But it got confusing because that's 24 meetings and trying to find 24 presenters. They're not necessarily going to do the same presentation that month. So obviously people are busy. I kind of expected that. So we'll kind of see how things go. Second job, so on and so forth. 4 hours away. No?
Oh, that's a good reason.
Yeah, I'll give a pass on that one.
So it looks like virtualization is big. So
That looks like a middle finger.
certification. So as this gets fleshed out, we'll see a bit more on how things go. So we'll probably discuss more at the next meeting or post results online as part of that. But I want to say thank you for all the times everybody's come to the meeting and watched the meetings. That's very important. I feel like it's going to be pretty cool having a little bit of variety of the presenters and people running things. I was kind of shocked earlier this year when I figured out I've been doing this for 13 years. Sometimes I just don't. I would have had like the normal little news thing tonight, but I was working up until coming down here today. So, okay. So thank you for watching online, and you're gonna miss out on all the snacks. So see you in January, folks.